Hi everyone, it's me, Bridget. I'm back. Yes, this is part 10. If you haven't seen part 1 through 9, please scroll up or scroll down and find part 1 and listen until you get to part 10 so that my life story will make sense. This is my life story, my truth, my version of my life, what has happened to me, and all that I know. So we're going to start with part 10 where left off, and that's basically the pool party with the state trooper George. After I talked to all my girls, we all knew to be ready this particular Saturday, and everybody was so excited. I mean, including me. I was looking my best of my best that day because the outfit that he bought for me, oh my God, it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful, and I just couldn't wait to wear it. And when I wore it, I looked so beautiful. I did my hair, my my makeup. I had my bags packed just to be ready. I put some extra clothes just in case if I didn't want to drive home that night. When I got back, I would be prepared for that. It was just wonderful. So everything started off with this Saturday morning. I went ahead and made sure my kids were ready to go with their fathers. Um, and I decided to call my brother, and we were going to swap vehicles. I mean, he was going to take my car, and I was going to take his truck because I needed all those crabs to fit in the back of that truck, and then all that water I was going to get, bottled water. So I end up going to my brother's house. We swapped cars. Then I end up driving to the DC Wharf to get the crabs. I got, oh my God, I had so many bushels of crabs. I think it was about 10 crates of crabs, but they put it in the car, so that was like in the back seat of the truck. I knew I needed to only have the front passenger seat that was left for Tanya because I had to go pick her up since I was already in DC getting the crabs. So I'm calling everybody. I was so excited this Saturday. We all was excited. And I'm calling everybody, making sure everybody on the same page. I'm calling Neek. I'm calling Tanya. I was briefly talking to Sharon, but Neek was keeping up with Sharon and her two cousins. So it was going to be her two cousins, Neek, Sharon, me, and Tanya. So it was five of us. So we all knew that we had to meet at Laurel Mall. I forgot what time exactly, but we all know we had to be at Laurel Mall at the Burlington Coat Factory parking lot. Because it's right, we can literally meet there and then get right on 95, and it's about a good 40-minute drive to White Marsh on the highway. So I went to get the crabs, and I'm on my way calling Tanya. But my cell phone just kept breaking up, like breaking us up. She couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear her. I keep hanging up, calling her back. I say, look, girl, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm on my way. And it just kept breaking up. And I'm trying to call Neek. I'm like, Neek, y'all good. It was breaking up with her. She was like, I can't hear you. I can't. I said, look, if you can hear me, make sure you're going to be there on time because, I'm an on time type of person. She was like, yeah, yeah, we're going to be there. I hear you. So we were all excited. I pulled up. I, Tanya, I was so glad she was coming because I'm so used to her, like, nah, I don't want to go. Or she'll change her mind, but she really came out. I was so proud of her for getting out the house. We all need that sometimes, just to get out the house and have a little girl fun. But she came and she looked so cute. I was like, look at you, girl. She was like, girl, I ain't getting in that water, but I'm coming. I said, but you look so cute, and I'm so glad you came because we really needed to really hang out. I will always come over to the house and bring my kids, Cedric and Lena, and we'd chill all the time. I mean, she was like, it was open where I can come and see her anytime I want. Tanya, let me give you a little brief about Tanya. Yeah, she's my friend, one of my besties, but she's not just more than a friend. She's too like a sister. Sister. And this is how me and Tanya became into play. Now, of course, my ex-husband is Tim. That's Cedric's father, my son's father. Well, Tanya is my ex. That's his first baby mama. The baby mama. She's number one. I'm baby mama number four. Yes, he got four kids by four different women. But Tanya is the first. And me and her clicked instantly when we met each other. even including everything that was going on. I was giving her a brief about things, and we found out we had a lot in common when it came to our kids' fathers. We knew. So we clicked. I mean, Tanya's the most wonderful person I ever met. She's so unconditional when it comes to love, and she keep it real. She like keep it real. There's no sugarcoating anything with her, and that's what I loved about her so much. But anyway, when she got in the truck, I said, "Girl, we're gonna have a good time. I'm so glad you're going." She said, "I really want to go," and I was like, "I'm glad." She said, "Girl, but your phone been breaking up." I said, "I know, girl. I don't know what's going with this cell phone. I might gotta get a new cell phone." So we was driving and we made it to Laurel Mall. And when we got to Laurel Mall, I'm like, "Okay, Nick is not here." So I parked like in the parking lot with the Burlington Coat Factory, but I parked in the back, so that I can kind of like see them, at the light from the highway, from the parking lot. See if I can see Nick coming. Nick wasn't there yet, but I would call her. She says, "I'm on my way. I'm almost there. Give me about 10 minutes." I said, "Okay." So I told Tanya, "I'm going to check the back, make sure nothing turned over in the truck." So I got out the truck, and I never forget. When I got the truck, I looked and made sure everything was okay. And I walked around on the passenger side where Tanya was at. She had a window down. I was like, "Girl, everything okay or whatever. But let me just try to look and see if I can see if they at the light, if they almost here." So I didn't see anyone, but I'm going to tell you, this right here is when I was mind blown. I literally turned around facing the cars in the parking lot. I was about to walk to the driver's side, but I turned around and guess what I seen? You're not going to believe it. I seen Greg walking towards me. And I'm looking like, "Is that Greg?" Nah. And I had like take my sunglasses down some and I was like looking. I said, "That is Greg. He walking towards me." And as he was walking toward me, I saw he had a little kid, holding his hand. And I said, "Oh, that's his son." But he's literally like looking at me and I'm looking at him because I became in a deep freeze, like a freeze zone, like, oh, okay, I see him. He's walking toward, as he got closer, I got so nervous because I hadn't called him all day. And normally I would have called him in the morning. I didn't call him all day because he didn't call me Friday. I just like, look, this is my pool party. I'm on one accord with my girls, and that's it. But I'm like, what? He's in law and didn't call me? This is what I'm thinking. Now, while I'm thinking this and I'm in a freeze, my whole literally mind and everything just froze up. And he's walking closer towards me. And he was like, "Hey, Bridget." I said, "Hey, Greg." He said, "You look really nice. Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to a pool party." I had like this sheer body. You could see through, but it was sheer. It was like a top that came almost down to like my knees. But you can see through it and you can see my bathing suit. But that covered me where I wasn't like doing any indecent exposure out in public. And he was like, and I had my heels, I was just looking good. And he was like, "You look really, really good." I said, "Thank you." I said, "Who is this, your son?" He was like, "Yeah, I had my son for today. I'm about to take him back home. We just came up to the Burlington Coat Factory. I wanted to get him some shoes." I said, "Oh, well, that's nice." I said, "Sorry I didn't get a chance to call you this morning." He said, "It's okay. It's okay. I figure I'll catch up with you." He said, "Look, what time is your pool party?" I said, "Well, I'm waiting for my girlfriends. It should be here soon. I had one girlfriend in my brother's truck." And he looked over, and Tanya was all waving. And I was like, I said, "Would you like to meet her?" He said, "No, I got to really go." I said, "Okay." I said, "It was good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't call you." He said, "Don't worry about it. Call me later." He said, "When you get settled, call me." I said, "Okay." And I turned around as I walked back to the truck. I'm still on the passenger side walking towards Tanya, and I looked at Tanya. She was like, "Girl, who was that?" I said, Tanya, that was Greg. She said, what? I just went ahead and walked around the back of the truck and came around the other side to the driver's side and got in. And when I got in, by that time I could see him like pulling out, backing out the parking space, pulling out. So he obviously was already there inside the Burlington Coat Factory with his son before I arrived because he was coming out towards me. So I said, Tanya, I don't know, something ain't right. She said, girl, you ain't gonna get in trouble. I said, girl, I don't know what is going on. I know one thing, my phone been acting funny all day. It's like I could barely hear y'all. And then on top of that, Greg is all, I mean, he normally would be like, call, he'll normally ring my phone, be like, I'm gonna be in Lowell today. And he always tell me sometime he have his son. I'm just letting you know I'm in Lowell. I mean, I knew I just knew things. So it was weird because I'm like, I'm going to see George, the state trooper, at this pool party, and it's gonna be a whole lot of state troopers there, guys. And then I got my girls on their way, and Tanya, I just was like holding because we waiting on Nick, so I'm just holding my head like, girl. I said, Tanya, I hope he do not follow me up there. She was like, you think he gonna really? I said, girl, I don't know what he gonna do because I think this is weird. I'm starting to think my phone is tapped, or either I have a tracker on my car, but I really think my phone is tapped. She said, really, girl? I said, well, if he want to follow us up there to White Marsh, he is more than welcome to. He's just going to be met with a whole lot of different police officers because George lived like in the woods. So if you coming up in there, you coming only to it's only his mansion up there. That's it. So if he want to do all that, it's one way in and one way out. But I seriously doubt it because it's a 40-minute drive. And I seriously doubt it, but I don't know what's going on. I just felt weird. So I noticed Neek pulled up. You can hear them partying. I'm like, oh, there go Neek. So I get out and I say, hey, Neek, I'm glad y'all made it. She was like, girl, yes. I'm like, she said, we got to wait on my cousin because she coming in the other vehicle, but she almost here. I said, okay. And I was briefly schooling Neek about Greg being here. And, Neek knew everything and Tanya knew everything. And she was like, what? I missed that? I said, girl, look, right now I'm just nervous. When your cousin gonna get here? Because we need to go. I don't want this man following me. I really don't. And don't get me wrong, I love Greg to death, and I'm not here to hurt him. But like I said before, we are not in a committed relationship. He still never asked me to be his woman, so I'm still in the single mode. I mean, I just am, and I will remain single in the single mode until he decides to, be a man and ask me. If he's not gonna ask me, I'm gonna live my life. I'm just gonna live my life. And she was like, "Yeah, girl, don't worry about it. If he want to do all that, then he just gonna have to figure out he need to step to the plate." I said, "Yeah, you right." So I went back and got in the truck, and I seen Nick, her two cousins pulling up, and I said, "Okay, we gotta follow each other. Don't lose each other now because this man live way up in the woods in White Marsh, and y'all don't want to get lost up there. So make sure you do not lose me on the 95." So we almost was arriving in White Marsh to the big mansion. We come, it's five of us. By that time, my nerves calmed down and everything. I didn't see anybody else following us, so that was great. We coming through the little woods, through the mountain part or whatever, and we approach the house, and I can hear Tanya going, "Oh, oh my God, this is beautiful." I said, girl, I know, but we can see all these different police unmarked cars, cruisers, patrol cars, and everything's, parked up around the house. And I'm like, look, y'all, these are police officers. I never met them. I only know George, okay? She was like, girl, this is not. I was like, yeah, but y'all better be on y'all best behavior and stuff because these are police officers. I don't feel like nobody getting locked up tonight. I just made it clear. They was like, yeah. So before I could even go and tell Neek and her cousins, look, y'all be on y'all best behavior. They already walking towards the front to the door. And so I couldn't really do much because I still got the crab and the crab and the water in the truck. So I said, Tanya, go ahead with them. I gotta figure out how to get this stuff. These guys gonna come out here and get this. And she was like, okay. I said, but look, y'all in good hands. Don't worry about anything. So George came out. He said, I got a couple of guys coming out to help you. I said, well, let me turn the truck around and back it up a little bit closer to the door because these crabs are kind of heavy, you know. And he was like, okay. So they got all the stuff off the truck, put it in, and I was shocked when I walked inside. I mean, I said, who did this? It looks so nice. You decorated like with balloons, and it was just really nice. He said, I did it myself. I didn't want y'all to just come in and just be the house. I wanted to give y'all a little decoration and stuff. And he had the music on with a little DJ. I was like, oh, nice. It was really nice. So he was like, I got the guys. They know what they're going to do. Everybody had a little job, so don't think it's you doing everything. He was like, your duties are released. Everybody else going to take over. They know what they got to do. He said, why don't you go upstairs and put your bags down, get ready, come on back down, and we can start eating crabs and then get in the pool. And I was like, look, I'm here to get in this pool. I'm not here for not. He was like, look, Bridget, I told you before, you're gonna have a great time. I said, oh, thank you, George. This is just beautiful. I mean, I'm just so impressed. And I'm all happy go lucky. I'm go up the steps and I go towards the bedroom because he was like, you can sleep in my bedroom. I will not bother you. And I was like, yeah, because if I'm too drunk, I'm not driving home. He said, look, I'm going to tell you right there, none of y'all driving home. I said, what? He said, no, none of y'all driving home because we're going to be drinking and I'm not going to allow it. So I'm going to go out there and make a little announcement while you up here that none of them going home until the morning. I said, well, you should have told me that before they. I said, look, don't worry about it. He said, look, don't worry about it. I'm gonna let them know if we're gonna be drinking. There's no drinking and driving going home. I said, oh, okay. So I went and put my bags down, and I was just feeling the environment. It was just beautiful. I was like, this man got it going on. I'm like, wow. So I left my phone up there, and I left it on, but I put it on vibrate because I didn't want to deal with my phone. And when I looked at my phone, I had two missed calls from Greg. I guess he was calling when I was driving, and I didn't hear it. So I said, you know what, I can't call him back at this time. You know, and not just that, I wasn't sure if anyone was tapping my phone, my location, or anything, and I didn't want to pick up anything here. So I decided to turn the phone off. And I said, Lord, I hope he don't call back again. But I left it in the bedroom and I went back downstairs and I had my bikini on. I'm ready to go eat my crabs, get my drink on. And I come out, they already partying. I see Neek, she dancing with the guys and Tanya over there eating crabs, Sharon, she having a good time. I was like, this is nice, okay. All right, everybody having a good time. And I was like, hey, y'all having a good time? Y'all okay? They was like, hell yeah. And then I go out where the jacuzzi at. I see the two cousins. They having a great time. And I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, wow. I'm like, all these police officers. I was like, they look nice. I mean, you can tell they got their hair cut. They had on their little trunks. I mean, I was like, okay. So I had to make it clear. I go whisper in the cousin's ear. You know, I forget their names, but I've seen them before. And I whisper in her ear. And I said, did Nick tell y'all these are all police officers? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, I just want to make sure because we got to leave safe. But we all had a great time and everything until I looked around and I see George, you know, he dancing and having fun or whatever. And I'm ready to get, nobody's getting in the pool, right? Everybody's in the jacuzzi just dancing, doing nothing. And I said, George, when we getting in the pool? He said, you ready to get in the pool? I said, yeah, nobody get in the pool. I'm here to get in this pool. He said, come on, let's go get in the pool. So it was just me and him. We went to the pool and we got in. I was swimming and everything. And he was like, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me put my drink up. I'll be right back. Let me go make sure the DJ know he still got another hour. I said, okay, but I'm literally the only one in the pool. Nobody wanted to get in the pool, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just swim because I need some exercise. And I'm still in the pool for like, I'm looking like it's 30 minutes. Where he at? You know, I'm not ready to get out. So I noticed an hour go by, and I'm like, where's George? So I get up and I stand on the pool deck, And I'm like, George, come here. And he was like, signaling me like he coming. So I'm sitting on the little lounge, and then he comes, and I said, "Why you just leave me over here like this? What is going on? I just see you dancing and everything, like you ain't decided to come back." He was like, "Oh, I was just entertaining everybody." I said, "Oh, you can entertain everybody, but I didn't come up here just to be sitting at this pool by myself." He's like, he's like, "All right, Bridge." I said, "You know what?" And I shouldn't have got a little attitude. I really shouldn't. I said, you know what? Since nobody wants to get in the pool, I'm getting out the pool. I'm gonna go upstairs and take a shower and put my regular clothes on, and then I'll come back down here and party with you guys. Since nobody wants to get in the pool, he's like, "You mad?" I said, "I'm not mad. I just don't understand why we having a pool party and nobody's getting in the pool." So I just walked off and went in the house. I went upstairs, grabbed my stuff, my little bags, and went in the bathroom towards the shower. And I said, let me get in the shower and rinse all this chlorine off of me and just go ahead and do my hair, put my clothes on, then go back downstairs and party. So as I was in there taking my shower, he knocking on the door. I said, who is it? He said, George. I said, come in. I'm like, Lord, I'm undressed. He came in, but the shower, it was like a sliding door, and by the shower being on, it was, the shower door was foggy. I said, Lord, maybe I should have told him to come in. And he came in and he was like, so you coming back out? I said, yeah, I'm coming back out. I said, but I'm not going to have on a bikini. I'm going to put on my regular clothes and come downstairs and just dance with everybody else since nobody want to get in the pool. He said, Bridget, I hope you weren't upset. I wasn't here to make you upset. I said, it's okay. I'm not upset. I'm just saying that's what I came here for. And he was like, okay. He said, but dang, you look nice. I said, get out the bathroom because when I told you to come in, I totally forgot I was undressed. So he left, and I got my little stuff together. And when I got everything together, I came down, just sat with Tanya and Sharon, eat my crabs and my drink. Everybody's having a good time. It was really nice. I mean, we had a beautiful time, and I was so glad they all got out the house. And, at this point, it was getting late. It was getting like 8, 9 o'clock at night. It was getting dark outside, so the DJ had left, and we didn't have any more music. So they all was coming in, chit chatting. I see Nick, she all huddled up with one of the officers, another officer, and I'm like, oh, okay, she done met her somebody. Yeah, I see Tanya. She talking as another police officer, but you can look. I can see her face looking like, oh my God, he is getting on my last damn nerve. So I go over and I said, "You good?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm alright. He cool." Tanya, that's how she is. It take a lot before you can just get up on Tanya, but that's all they was trying to do. They was trying to, the police officers all trying to talk to all of us, but they knew I was off limit. Nobody was trying to talk to me because I guess George wasn't having it. So I'm looking and I said, "Let me go use the bathroom. I gotta pee." So as I'm going through like from the kitchen area towards towards the hallway where you go towards the stairs, there's a bathroom there. And I seen the bathroom door was closed. And I knocked on it. I can literally hear somebody having sex in the bathroom. I couldn't tell who it is. I just heard moaning and groaning. And I knocked lightly on the door. And I heard, I don't, I can't, I swear to God, I can't say who it was. Nobody said anything. The door was locked, but I could hear something going on in there. I said, you know what, whatever they doing, and I didn't see the two cousins. I don't know what happened. All I saw was Neek in the living room. I seen Sharon, and I seen Tanya. I didn't see the other two cousins. But anyway, I said I'm gonna go upstairs and use the bathroom. So I went upstairs and used the bathroom. Came back down, and I noticed Neek cousins they're getting ready to leave. I said, y'all good? Cause y'all been drinking. You okay? And they were like, yeah, girl, we good, but we can't stay. We gotta get home. I said, okay. I said, well, Tanya, Tanya, I am too intoxicated to go home. She said, it's okay. I ain't gotta be home, girl. I said, are you okay with using one of the rooms upstairs? And she said, yeah, I sleep in one of the rooms. They are just so nice. I said, aren't they nice? She was like, yeah. So I said, Sharon, are you good? She said, yeah, girl, I'm good. She said, Nick said she gonna stay. I said, okay, all right. So it'll be us four staying, and the other two will go home. That's fine. So I went and told George that they're gonna use the rooms upstairs, and he was like, okay. He said, well, my guys will be leaving shortly, so I just sleep down here on the couch, but y'all can go upstairs. So I'm like, well, it's only three rooms, it's four of us. So I said, Nick, you can have a room. Tanya, I know you want to have a room. She said, okay. And I told Sharon, I said, look, girl, he got a king size bed in that room. Me and you, we could just sleep on each side of the bed. Okay. And she was like, all right, yeah. You know, because that's my girl. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I said, he going to sleep downstairs, so you ain't got to worry about nothing. And I'm going to make this a little long story short because uh, a lot of people don't know this. And I don't care. I'm going to share because I'm telling my story, my truth. But anyway, I think it was about I came in and I went to sleep. I told Sharon just go ahead and go to sleep or whatever, you good. I just remember hearing like the bedroom door open, like somebody was coming in and I was asleep, but I heard it. Anything wakes me up. So I looked up and I noticed it was George. And when it was George, I guess he was getting something out of his room or whatever. So I just went head back to sleep. And I totally forgot Sharon was on the other side. That bed was so daggone big, I forgot she was even because I was turned the opposite way of her. I was sleeping that way. But I noticed as I was sleeping, I can feel like George's hands. And I turned around, I'm like, oh, it's him, it's George. I'm like, now remember, I'm intoxicated. I'm intoxicated and I'm asleep. But I was aware a little bit of what literally was going on. So I turned over and I saw him and I just like literally just like snuggled up against him. And of course, when you snuggle up with someone, things led to other things. And yes, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it real quick. Yes, we had a threesome, and we left in the morning. So when I left, Sharon left. Tony was like, where y'all sleep? So I said, come on, girl, let's go. It's time to go. And we got in the truck. And I was just so nervous. She was like, girl, she just kept asking me all these questions, and I refused to tell her what happened or anything. I said, look, it was just me and Sharon. We just slept in the king size bed. That's it. She was like, well, where did he sleep? I said, he said he was sleeping downstairs. I was lying. Oh my God. But I was like, I ain't telling her because she's so nosy. And I know she could be like, y'all ain't going to be doing all this. But, I had to, she had to ride with me all the way back. And I said, one day I'll tell her. It was so funny. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, that was my life. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. That's my truth. Yes, I did it or whatever. But I had a great time. I was just wild back then. But anyway, we left. I dropped her off. And my phone, I turned my phone back on. And I had like 5 voice messages from Greg. And I'm listening. He's like, Bridget, look, call me. Call me. He just said, call me. I'm worried about you. Call me. I'm checking on you. Call me. Call me. And I'm like, 5 voice messages. I'm like, oh my God. So I dialed it. Now, this is Sunday morning, okay? And I'm leaving from Tanya's house. And I dialed and I called him back. He didn't answer the phone. So I said, let me go home and take a shower, get myself together, because my kids are going to be coming back in the evening. So I went and swapped my car with my brother, gave him his truck back, and took my car. And I went home, took my shower, relaxed, and waited for my kids to come back. And I said, I'll try to call Greg later that day. Now we're going to sum up part 10 because the next part is about Greg stalking me. Now, when I do talk about it in part 11, Uh, at this time, I did not know he was doing that. As years went on, like now, I can look back and I can put everything together, and I realize now what was happening. At that time back then, I did not know what was going on. So I will explain it, and we're gonna do part 11. Okay, so I'm going to end this video right here for part 10, and I'll see you in part 11. If you have not heard my 1 through 9, please go listen so this part will make sense. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.